Once the Asian Youth Movement formed, and we also had education programs for ourselves, uh, I did a lot of reading. I mean, I probably did more reading since I left school, right? And I just extensively read on what was happening around the world. I read quite a lot of stuff by Marx, Lenin, but that's not to say that I didn't read other things as well. But I was attracted to their writings because they talked about things that affected the community that I came from.
We were being influenced a lot by the American, Black Power movement, and certainly the American political movements.
There were lots of activities, lot of activities in supporting the liberation movements across. So from Ireland on one side, we're talking about, I remember, Zimbabwe, Zania, South Africa, Palestine, of course, one of them.
We did not understand or accept how a Jew born somewhere in the world had a right to return to a place he had no connection with. Yet Palestinians who were born there had to live in refugee camps. And this Palestinian issue was just brought to the fore in those days with people like Leila Khalid.
Birmingham had a large Irish community, and Birmingham AY members worked with those Irish comrades, and somewhere along the line some of them said, well, we'll organise a delegation to Ireland. Ireland very much politicised, as seeing, it was the first time we saw army on the streets. And also the discussions were about, people were talking about, because the inner cities had erupted in 81 and 85, and so the Irish Republican youth were telling us about, you can't have spontaneous riots, they have to be organised, and you have to do this, you have to do that, and so there's a lot of parallels.
There had been a range of meetings, and we managed to get some of the key people to come and speak.
It was a packed hall meeting during the time of the Lancaster House discussions. And Edison Zavobo spoke, and I remember he said, "The call is terrorists. If fighting for my people's liberation means I'm a terrorist, so be it. I'm proud of it." And he listed a whole series of injustices that were taking place to Africa and against Africans in Zimbabwe, about the denial of land. And if trying to get those back through the use of arms meant he was being called a terrorist, then he was proud of it. And I remember the room just was electric every time he said, "I'm proud to be a terrorist," because we were shouting, well, we're all terrorists, or whatever words we could think, but our ululation and our screaming and shouting really were the fact that, yes, we're all proud to be terrorists. And isn't it so strange today that, almost the same sort of language is back?